Rough and rugged General Van Fleet, it's farewell to Korea after almost 2 years in the battle-scarred country. The grateful people of Seoul shower gifts on the retiring 8th Army commander. Van Fleet is wished Godspeed home by General Taylor, who succeeds him in the difficult post. The man who built Korea's fighting forces from confused, battered stragglers into a tough, well-drilled army waves goodbye. A last glimpse of Korean soil, then on to Tokyo, where Van Fleet is given a warm welcome by General Mark Clark, Supreme Far Eastern Commander and an old comrade in arms. During his brief stopover, he is decorated by Clark, who says Van Fleet has earned the gratitude of the entire free world. Flames sweep through Baltimore's Boston Street waterfront after the explosion of a fuel tank set off an 18-alarm fire. Thousands of industrial workers have fled the swiftly spreading flames, fanned by a high wind. Almost all the fire equipment in the city is hurled into the battle, and 15 million gallons of water are poured on the flames before they subside. 8 firemen are injured, and the damage runs to $5 million in one of the worst fires in the history of Baltimore. The angry ocean, which brought Britain some of the worst floods in its history, still pounds the coast. The battered nation prays that the seawalls will hold against new spring tides. Queen Elizabeth makes a personal visit to the flooded areas. Her first stop is Essex Town, where she meets homeless youngsters and inspects flood-ravaged houses. Prince Philip visits Sutton on the Sea. Here, working men are busy removing tons of sand hurled in by heavy waters which had breached the seawall. At Cambridge, the Queen Mother inspects a women's voluntary service depot where clothing is being distributed to those who have lost everything. There's hot soup and food on hand, but the people of England and their Queen face a long, hard task of reconstruction.
President Eisenhower's first press conference since taking office attracts a near-record turnout of 294 newsmen to see a 20-year tradition maintained. Ike strides briskly toward the old State War Navy building near the White House, where the conference is held. He tells reporters he is emphatically opposed to tax cuts until a balanced budget is in sight. Ike denies reports that he is considering a blockade of Red China. Lastly, newsmen hear the president say there is no doubt that Russia has atomic weapons. 2 hours later, Adlai E. Stevenson arrives at the White House for a visit with the man who defeated him for the presidency. It's their first meeting since the November election. After a 30-minute private talk with Ike, followed by a luncheon with 21 Democratic and Republican congressmen, Stevenson remarks good-naturedly to White House reporters.
I'm very grateful to President Eisenhower for his invitation to see him here today and to have lunch with him. Indeed, the Republicans are treating me so nicely in Washington, I'm beginning to like Washington maybe too much. Goodbye. I think that's all I have to say. Go.
At Davos, Switzerland, Hayes Allen Jenkins of Akron, Ohio, sets out to take skating's most coveted prize, the World Figure Skating title. Jenkins, a 19-year-old sophomore at Colorado College, has been trying for 3 years for the championship, held since 1947 by the amazing Dick Button, now a professional. Today, with a precise and skilled performance that commands the absorbed interest of the appreciative audience, Jenkins spins across the rink before a 9-man panel of judges. And the World Figure Skating title goes to Jenkins, as another American, Jimmy Grogan, places second, and Italy's Carlo Fassi is third. At Boca Raton, Florida, Sam Snead tees off an all-celebrity golf tournament. Babe Zaharias comes next. The tourney is being held for the benefit of the United Cerebral Palsy Fund. Baseball's Stan Musial adds some high jinks on the fairway with the aid of Wendy Barry. But most of the contestants, including Beverly Hanson, take their golf seriously. Patty Berg aims for the cup. Whoops, missed. It's a great day for the Cerebral Palsy Fund as America's sports celebrities lend their aid. Winner Beverly Hanson is congratulated by Mrs. Zaharias. Pretty Beverly Hanson has edged out some famous golfers by a stroke for a brilliant victory. Fist fists are flying and boxers are canvas bound in the News Welfare Association's Golden Gloves held in Sunnyside Gardens, Long Island. Ismael Lugo in black trunks and Samuel Rollins start off the slam-bang action-packed sub-novice bill. Rollins rolls them in and Lugo goes down for a TKO. 1,600 fight fans are getting their fill of action. Staten Island baker John Ahern in white trunks and ex-Marine John McCarthy are on deck. And the way they're going, it looks as if one of them is going to be flat on deck. Half the punches both boys are throwing seem to be landing. There goes Ahern as McCarthy puts the baker boy in the oven. When Bill August takes on Nick Tufaro, Nick finds it's August, September, October, and a lot of other months, and out. Fighting Billy moves up another notch in the Golden Gloves. Now it's Bernie Huart in white trunks and Bob Bradley who open up the heavy artillery on each other. The battle settles down to some slugging against the ropes. It looks like an endurance contest until Bradley lands a beauty that puts Huart outside the ring and wins his light heavyweight bout.